Okay, hi, I'm Lauren, and so the time that all this happened, it was the beginning of my senior year of high school, and I had given my life to Jesus before, but I definitely did not surrender my life to God yet, and I was living by my own ways and just kind of my own rules and just living in the world and everything. And so I met this guy. He was kind of like a mutual friend of mine, and he started pursuing me, and we started hanging out, and we started dating pretty quickly. And honestly, like, he swept me off my feet. I felt like he was the perfect guy. He was your classic gentleman, and he would open the car door for me. He would drive me everywhere. He'd carry my bags. He'd take me to the nicest restaurants, buy me this, that, and it wasn't even just that. He had like the emotional side. He was very respectful. He was a good listener, and he would tell me how he felt and how much he cared about me. And I was like, okay, wow, this is great. You know, like, what else could I ask for? And I had desired God, and I wanted God in my life, and I knew that he needed to be in a relationship, and so I kind of tried to like lead him to God, which didn't really work, but I thought we were in the clear because we went to church every Sunday together. And so time went on, and things were just going fine, like everything was fine. And he was actually half Japanese, so his mom lived in Japan, and every summer he would go a month to visit his mom. And so this was about 8 months into the relationship. And we had that time apart, and he left, and instantly, it was just so weird. I would just start like sobbing randomly, and it wasn't because I missed him. I just knew that something was wrong, but there was nothing for me to see that was wrong. And God just filled my spirit, and he was just like, get out of this relationship and run as fast as you can. And I was like, why? Like, there's everything that I could ever want. And every single day it just came on stronger and stronger and stronger. Like, get out as fast as you can. And I was like, no, you know, God, it's fine, I got it, and I'm just gonna do this my own way. And everything looked fine, so I was okay. And and I just kind of was like, it's probably because he's gone, like, things are kind of weird right now. So after that month passed, he came back, and I don't know, like, a light switch literally flipped off, and things just went downhill, like, so quickly, and we just started fighting all the time. And he was actually like verbally abusive to me, and like I said, I wasn't rooted in Christ, and so I didn't have my identity in Christ, and so whatever he said I was, that's what I was. And I fell into that trap that what he said I was, that's who I was. And so I was trying to serve him and to live up to his expectations, and so everything he said that I did wrong, I would try and make up for it. And it was just like constantly, it was just so tiring, and I could never live up to his expectations. I was always wrong, or my opinion didn't matter, or everything I did was just wrong or stupid. And but then there was like this whisper, and it was like, Lauren, you're better than this, and this is not who you are. And honestly, I did not know how to get out of the relationship. I just didn't know what would happen. So about a year later, it was my freshman year in college, and I was like, I want to get involved in a Bible study, and I want to have Christian friends and get to know God better, and I knew that I needed to know Him better. So it was freshman orientation, and I was walking around looking for a Bible study because it was the involvement fair, and I did not see a Bible study, and I saw it on the list, so I was like, I know there's one here. And so I ended up going around again, and there was no Bible study, and I'm like, forget it, it's hot, I'm tired, I just want to go home. And so literally as I was walking out, this girl just like pops out of the crowd, and she's like, hey, you want to sign up for a Bible study? And I'm like, that's so weird. You're exactly who I'm looking for. And so I signed up, and she was like really, really nice. And that day they actually ended up contacting me, and they're like, hey, come out. This is what we do. And I was like, oh, cool, that's cool. Like, I've never really saw this super genuine side of Christianity. And so the first week of classes start, and that's when the Bible study started. And the leader that I got put in the group, he texted me, and he was like, hey, come out. And I was like, no, I'm tired, and I just want to go home. So I went home, and then the next week he texted me again, and I'm like, wow, like, he's actually reaching out to me. And so I was like, I'm just going to put the excuses aside, and I'm going to go. And I went, and instantly God just started speaking straight to me, and showed me the type of man that I needed to be with, and that was like a man that's going to be a spiritual leader to me. And the message of that Bible study was basically like, following God can be hard, and there's going to be obstacles, but it's worth it. And I was like, I know that I need to build up the courage somehow to get out of this relationship. And so I went home, and I just prayed to God, and I was like, God, I've never wanted out of something so bad in my entire life. Can you please get me out of this relationship, because I don't know how. And then the next day went by, and then that following morning we were talking, and my ex-boyfriend was like, you don't seem the same. Do you think we should go our separate ways? And I was like, yeah, like that. It was just that open door for me that God gave me, and there was no fight, nothing, and I just got out of the relationship. And I was just so happy. Like, God just filled me with joy those next about 2 weeks, and I was so happy just to get to know God more, and I just felt so much freedom. And unfortunately, about 2 weeks later, I ended up running into him at the gym, and he basically like followed me out to my car and was like, hey, I want to talk to you. And I was like, okay, maybe we'll make some peace or something. And so we started talking, and it was just another open door for him just to tear me down again. And I'm just like, I can't believe this. And I was out of the relationship, and I was free from him. So I was, and I wasn't rooted in Christ, so I didn't really know how to control my hurt and my anger, and that just all really, really built up. And I just laid it right back on him, and I was like, just told him how he was just this terrible person, and he doesn't know how to treat people, and I just swooped right down to his level. And then the next day, I was actually talking to my stepmom, and she said that the best revenge you can ever give someone is forgiveness. And honestly, I just wanted to like laugh out loud and be like, are you kidding me? He hurt me so bad. Like, you don't even understand what he said to me. And I was so hurt. And just that night, I was thinking, I just really felt God is like, you really need to forgive him. And I was like, yeah, I really need to forgive him. And I just kind of started to turn the corner, but I had no idea how to forgive someone like that. And so I got my computer out, and I typed in Google how to forgive someone, and I clicked this random article, and I just started reading it, and it was like, are you Christian? Do you know God? Do you pray? Do you read the Bible? And I'm just like, oh, this is interesting. And it gave me all these scriptures about forgiveness and just prayers to pray to God to help forgive people. And so I just prayed to God, and I just broke down, and I was like, God, I'm sorry for just not listening to you, but I'm so hurt right now, and I just pray that you would put my heart back together and fill those holes that were taken from that relationship. And I really wanted to forgive him, so I was like, can I please forgive him in my heart, not just say that I forgave him. And I had no idea that prayer was going to change my life forever. And after I prayed that prayer, God gave me this vision, and it was me and I was like submerged in mud, like it was over my head, and Jesus just came and grabbed my wrist and like pulled me out like this, and I was like standing up, and there was no mud on me. I was like perfectly clean, and that just shows how quickly God can get you out of those messy situations. And actually, that's out of my mouth. I came across Psalms 40, and it said, I waited patiently for the Lord. He turned to me and heard my cry. He lifted me out of the slimy pit, out of the mud and mire. He set my feet on rock and gave me a firm place to stand. He put a new song in my mouth, a hymn of praise to our God. And I was just changed from that forever, and I was made new by God. And like I would look at pictures and I'd be like, I don't even know who that is anymore. And I just fell so in love with God, and I was healed within a few months, and I was able to say, like, I really forgave him, and I was able to pray for him and see him like as a brother, not as an enemy or someone that hurt me. And yeah, I honestly fell head over heels for God, and it was just amazing, that supernatural healing. I can't even put into words, because baggage from relationships like that can last for a lifetime, and I was so fortunate by the grace of God for him to heal me like that. And it was just amazing, and I've never been the same since. So
come on. Thank you so much. Come here. There it is. Middle part hug.